What is up, guys? So it's been a minute since I've made a video like this without everyone else. So welcome back to RFG, I guess, and an SPPTV. So anyways, by the title of this video, you obviously know what it's about. I'm going to try to keep you in suspense for a little bit before I turn the camera around. So basically, the GTO is painted. It's been like, I don't know, I probably painted it like a month ago, and I did it in a paint booth, and it turned out pretty good. Definitely could be better. It's going to need wet sanding and polishing, but I'm overall pretty happy with it. I mean, I'm looking at it right now, and it looks like a finished car already. Like, it looks like a car, which it hasn't looked like a car in a long, long time, and it hasn't ever been this color since I've ever had it. So I'm excited for, obviously, at this point of time, it's too late. Like, it's too late to finish it and drive it because winter's going to be here soon. So yeah, like, I'm going to spend the winter, wet sand and polish it, finish putting it all together. Top has to go on, etc., etc. You know, that kind of stuff. And it'll be ready for spring. So, well, I could keep just blathering on and holding you guys in suspense, but I think I'll move back a little bit, and then I'll turn the camera, and then I'll show you the car. I mean, obviously on camera it looks really good probably, but I'll kind of sort of show you some of the crap that happened, and then hopefully we're going to be able to fix it. Okay? You ready? And there it is. All right. So, as you can see, it's painted. It's cardinal red. I mean, looking through the camera, it looks like a $10,000 paint job. As you can see, I put the back bumper on, the lower valance. I mean, that you should be able to see it. The tailpipes are just kind of, or the tips are just kind of sitting on there right now. They haven't been bolted down. So now you can kind of see no trunk lock on the back. Anyone that's new, the 71 GTO convertible that was my dad's, and we owned it since about 1986, and about 10 years ago I took it all apart to totally restore it. It is brand new from front to back, basically, and I did everything myself. Every single thing on this car I did by myself, you know, with a little bit of help, but mostly by myself, including recovering the interior, the seats. It used to be white, the interior in here. Sorry, there's a car cover in there, but there's the door panels, back seat, you know, dash cover, all that stuff, Stuart Warner gauges, you know, even got the fancy Pontiac floor mats in there. So yeah, like, I did all that stuff myself. I did all the body work. I had it on a rotisserie. I put a new floor in it. I took the car off, the body off the frame by myself, and I put it back on by myself. So yeah, so I figured the next logical step was, why not paint it yourself, right? And I mean, a paint job nowadays, $10,000, $8,000, like crazy amounts to get a car painted. You know, even if you go on the cheap, couple grand. I'm into this paint job for about $1,000, to be honest with you, like with paint. And even though, I don't know if you guys remember, but I had a screw up where I bought paint and it was the wrong color. And I painted the door jambs and everything, and then I had to redo them. So yeah, so that added a little cost, but still, I'm only into the paint for like a grand or maybe a little bit more. Here's the inside of the trunk, obviously all painted up. That was done before, so anybody who's not new, you know. And there's some of the other miscellaneous, the mirrors, the scoops, and pretty much what's sitting in the trunk is all that's left to actually go on the car. I could throw these on, but they need to be like polished. And then there's lenses in there for the front. I don't know if you can really see this side. I'll kind of squeeze you through here. You can have some drag radials for the S10, leftovers from the Nova. Here's a view of the inside. And I just put the front bumper on this morning. So it still needs to be lined up a little bit. That side fits really good. This side's a little off. You know, the grills are just sitting in there. They're not bolted in yet. And then let's go for a little look under the engine here. So it's a 400 Pontiac. It has ram air. Yes, before anybody says anything, I know this is not a proper Pontiac sticker. I may take it off. I don't know, I think it's cool. I know it's a Buick sticker and all the Pontiac guys freak out about it, but hey, the factory doesn't have a sticker for 400. There's no such thing as a 400 ram air anyways. So already it's, you know, kind of a what if thing, right? And here's all this. I bought this from Original Parts Group. Plastic cover that I don't think the car ever had from the factory, but I think it was an option. It closes all this in, covers the big opening where all that stuff is. You can see new washer bottle. So yeah, for those who are new, I took the car all apart, put it all back together, sandblasted everything. It's got polyurethane bushings throughout. It's got 86 Corvette front brakes on it. It's got 2000 Camaro rear disc brakes, Koi wheels, Nitto tires, UMI tubular control arms, Edelbrock shocks and springs, like lowering springs. Now the front end sits mint. That's perfect the way I wanted it. The back is starting to come down a little bit now that I've added the bumper, but I'd still like it to come down, you know, a little more closer to that, but I think it's not too bad now. I think with a couple fat guys in the back seat, it'll sit mint. And luckily I know some fat guys, so I'll get them in the back seat. They'll bounce around in there. Maybe that'll settle her down. And then top, all this is new. This is new. This has all been restored and all new weather stripping everywhere. I have the top, it's black. I have the well liner that goes in here, it's new. You know, I even got this little sticker that talks about filling up the oil, which is stupid because you'll never see it, but I did all that crazy stuff. It's got a big aluminum radiator, electric fans. So someone was asking, they're out of like an Intrepid, and I had to rewire them to make them work, but they work really good. It's got headers, Flowmaster exhaust. It's got Summit 2-chamber mufflers, basically Flowmaster knockoffs. So anyways, so that's it. That's the car. It's painted. People were bugging me, get it painted, get it painted. I know, and I kept procrastinating because I was scared to paint it and that it might not turn out good. And like I said, honestly, there is some stuff about it that I'm not 100% happy with, but at the same time, for what I paid, I could paint the car 3 more times if I had to. You know, I think a lot of the imperfections are in the clear, and once I block sand it, it'll look good. And worst comes to worst, if I sand the whole car and it looks crappy, I could always mask it and re-clear it. So, see, I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but yeah, see, and through the camera it looks actually really good, but you know, right here it looks very dry. All down this quarter, there's a decent amount of dust. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but I don't know what happened here. It's like someone threw a whole pile of dirt at this one little corner. Yeah, so that's what happens when you paint a car in a non-prepped paint booth that you cleaned a whole bunch of times, but you know, what are you gonna do, right? And there's some runs. Let's see if we can get in close, if you can see it. I mean, look at that. It's still shiny, right? Right there. There you go. And maybe you can see that. There's a run here, but that's all in the clear, because after I finished painting, like the base coat, there was no runs. But I laid the clear on pretty heavy, and so that made some runs, but they're not terrible. There is a few in the front bumper, and I might end up having to pull some of this off again to do the wet sanding. I don't know. Like I said, I've never wet sanded a car before. I actually haven't even painted a car since I was in high school, since I took this in, you know, auto body class. That's the last time I actually painted a complete. So this is my first paint job in a long, long time. And I think overall it turned out good. I mean, let's be honest, driving down the highway or down the road, cruise night, it looks perfect, you know. Up close, you know, the driver's side is better. There is less dry spots and things, but like I said, hopefully that'll come out. If not, like I said, worst comes to worst, could re-clear it. And yeah, so I just wanted to make this video kind of, I'm obviously not working on the car today. I was working on it and I was gonna film putting this front bumper on, but then I figured, well, that kind of ruins the reveal, right? So I threw it on because I wanted to get, I've had that back bumper sitting in my basement rec room for the past like 10 years. So I wanted to get that stuff on, get it kind of like, I mean, it's a car now. Basically, I could almost kind of take it for a spin around the block, right? Except for the Quadrajet is, I don't know, it's flooding, or I don't know. Sometimes it runs good, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know if the choke was just sticking there. I also washed the engine because there was lots of overspray and I think maybe some water got in there. But anyways, that's not relevant. Yeah, so anyways, kind of a short video, or just a boring talking video, but I wanted to reveal the car to you guys. I mean, if you're on my Instagram and stuff, you probably already saw it, but, and unfortunately winter's coming for us, but we're gonna have some other content coming, hopefully, doing some other stuff. I got some plans for the winter, working on this, which I can do some filming on. The Nova always needs upgrades. If you saw the last video where it pulled a giant wheelie and all that kind of stuff, I'm thinking double adjustable shocks in the front, thinking about ordering myself a TRZ anti-roll bar for it, and hopefully that'll help scooter down the track and keep those front wheels down. And I got another new project, I guess you could call it, that will be in the next video. I'm not going to show it to you today, but technically I am, because once I make this video, I'm going to bring it in the garage because I got some parts to put on, some stuff I want to do to it. It's a winter vehicle, and we'll talk about that in the next video. If you guys have any interest in winter type videos that we could make, because it's going to be a long cold winter and we got to find something to do. So anyways, guys, that's the video for today, or for this video anyways. So I hope you like it. I hope you like the car. I hope you think it looks good. Post in the comments below, do you think I did a good job? Do you think I did a shit job? Think I should just sand it down and re-primer it or something? I don't know. Anyways, check you later.